Okay.
Okay. So,
Sir, how long will this class take?
in fact, this is our last lecture of Photoshop. In the next class, inshallah, which we'll have on Thursday, I will solve a past paper of Photoshop with you. You just have to revise what it's not much. I told you before, it's not much. Okay, now for example, I'm sorry, I'll just open up an image. Maybe this one. Okay, perfect. Okay. Now, for example, I will open up another document side by side. Now, if you have to open it side by side, I'm recording this, I'll share with you. So I can just bring this tab down. Now, this is my canvas and this is my original image. So we did discuss last time was the marquee tool, but I would like to discuss the feather tool along with it. Because if someone asks you to make a patchwork with the feather tool, make a banner or sort of like something, that's how we'll do it. So I can just simply select this part. Let's say I can right click and I can click on feather. And over here, I can make it like, let's say 35 and press OK. And using this move tool, it's very important for me to record, but otherwise you won't be able to do it. Click, drag and drop. Now you see a feather effect has surrounded it. In the same manner, what I can do is I can select this particular part. Okay. And after selecting this particular part, close the door. I will do the same thing, right click, feather, and this. And using the move tool, click, drag and drop. Okay. And let me just do one more so that you can see that we have done actually something. Let me select this part, right click, feather, and just click, drag and drop. Now let's say I can bring this here, I can bring this here, and I can bring this here. And using Control plus on your keyboard, you can zoom in. Remember, Control plus. Control minus, you can zoom out. These two keys. Now, do is, if the examiner said that you're supposed to crop it, I could even crop it, and I could crop it by a specific size as well. Or I could simply select this option, select it from here, using the crop tool over here, using the crop tool. Okay, I could have even entered over here, let's say 600 by let's say 250, right? I could have even entered the dimensions directly. Press enter. So once I say crop, this is the end thing that I get. You see, it's totally different. No one can tell that was that. Yes or no?
Yes.
So that's how we can use the feather tool. I mean, obviously you practice this. So there's more to it. This is not all. This is not all. In fact, I have to discuss the clone stem tool, the pass tool with you, the gradient tool, the text tool. Then we are done for today. So I could even do is let me open up a new document. I hope I'm not going fast because I am recording the lecture. Is it fine? Yeah, exactly. So anyway, if you view the lecture and if you still can't do it, let me know in the next class. Sir, I wasn't able to do it. Okay.
Okay.
So now what we'll do is, let's say, okay, in fact, I don't have to open a new document. I'll just stay here and let's say I'll just select this particular part. This is very interesting. I'll right click over here and I'll say select inverse, which means apart from this area that I've selected, I'm selecting something else. So over here I'll say is, let me come into adjustment, image, adjustment, and black and white. And you can see is, apart from this particular part, the rest is black. See that? Yes or no? Yes. Right? So a very, very good way. In fact, if I have a better image, some other image, I want to demonstrate something else. Scar, yes, I have the scar. I can use the scar. Yeah, I'll do that. In fact, you know what? We'll do this. Yes, it open up. So what I'll do is I'll select this car and using the magnetic lasso tool, this will just take me a second. I'm pretty sure you have practiced the magnetic lasso tool. I'm not doing perfection. Obviously, in the exam, we will spend more time. Never go in haste. So here we go. Double click, selected. Now what I'll do is I'll say select inverse. So I will selected everything, but not the car. Now what I'll do is I'll come into filter, and you'll see in blur something known as Gaussian blur. It's generic. When I say generic, it means this Gaussian blur is available in all the photo editing software, because not everyone is using Photoshop in the exam. So, but Gaussian blur is available in GIMP and other softwares as well. So click on this, and you see automatically the back is blurred. I could blur it. Let's do it more. So what you can see now is that the car is not blurred, but the back is blurred. Obviously, this facility is available in the camera, but it's a requirement that we should know how to do it in Photoshop as well. Yes or no? Right? So you know how to blur the background, you know how to change background color to black and white, learn how to use the feather tool. Let's continue. Now, what I would like to do is, okay. One second, I'll open up another image. I just like to make something, make something disappear over here. I wouldn't like to do that anyway. So let's say, yeah, I would like to make this transformer disappear. Let's do that. Okay, a lot of mess over there. So what we can do is, let's study about the pass tool first. So the pass tool, you will find it over here. Maybe you might see this. You have to click on the small arrow, and you have to locate the pass tool. You might be saying, sir, there are lots of other tools. Yeah, but they're not important for syllabus. Once I do the final video with you, I'll show you the syllabus. Okay, and we will discuss with the syllabus that whatever we've done. So we would have done everything. So pass tool is there because these things are not generic. That's why. So I select the pass tool. I'll zoom in more. Control this. And what I'll do now is, okay, I'll just try. So I'll select this area. I'll select this area where I have the transformer, and I will take it somewhere over here. And there we go. Right? You see what is done. Obviously, it was not a very, because there were lots of objects, so it was not a very good example, but I think so you got the point. And if I keep on doing this, like, let me just select this area, because there was a lot of mess over here. So here you go. Obviously, and lastly, if I can select this. Anyway, but you got the point. That's how the pass tool basically works. Okay, so you can get rid of anything. Anything that you want to get rid of, you can use the pass tool. For example, if I want to get rid of this logo over here, I could simply select this logo, and I could, there we go. I don't see it anymore. That's how the pass tool basically works. Now, what's the clone tool? Clone tool is quite like the pass tool, but let's say, okay, now for the clone tool brush, the circle that you see is the brush. You can select different brushes from here as well. Okay, that's not our requirement, don't worry. We don't have to, the examiner will not ask you to do so. But I'm just telling you, if you want to decrease the size of the brush, you can use, you know, you have different brackets. Okay, for example, these are known as the square brackets. Okay, these are, oh, okay, my shift is not. This is known as curly bracket. And by the way, I'm pretty sure you know, this is known as a bracket or a curly bracket, right? So this is basically used for functions. This is used for scripting. This is used for fields. Get the point? Whenever field, database field, we refer to this. When we refer to arrays, okay, we use this. Whenever the scripting, we use this. And whenever we use functions, we use this. What I'm saying is these two on your keyboard, if you keep on pressing this, you'll increase the size of the brush, decrease the size of the brush, increase the size of the brush, decrease, increase. That's short key. So I'll decrease.
Oh,
Right. So now what I'll do is, my Alt key is not working. So I'll just do is, I will take help of this. So I'll just press Alt. I'll take a sample from here. I'll take a sample from here. I'll leave the Alt. Now what I'll do is I'll simply brush it on here over this. Now, why is it going so smooth? Because my flow and opacity has been decreased. I could even increase it. I reduced it because I wanted some perfection in the previous work I was doing. So by using this, you can see is I can control back. I've got rid of that. Yes or no?
yes.
So you see, patch tool is different. The advantage of patch tool is that it will automatically select the surroundings itself. I think so. You got the point. But as far as clone tool is concerned, it's something where you want to do it manually. Okay, a patch tool doesn't manually. It works automatically, but they're quite the same. The function is the same, right?
Yes.
Then, we have is the text tool. Now, text tool basically means is okay, working with, right. So this is obviously pretty easy, nothing complicated. All you have to do is that there's different things available, I could select this patch tool, the text tool, and you see this T over here. I could click on this, and I could use any of the following. So it's pretty easy. It's nothing something complicated, I would say, right? Well, this you know, but at times you don't want this. You wanted something more. What I mean is, you may want to temper the text in a different way. How do I do that? Remember Flash animate? We did Control B.
Yes.
Control B. We used to break the text. Remember? Control B.
Yes.
Huda beta, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Hello.
Yeah. So in animate,
Uh,
we used to break the text using Control B. Do you remember that?
yes, sir.
Exactly. So how do we do that? How do we break the text in Photoshop? Well, for that, you come into layer. You come into layer, and you will simply say over here is rasterize, and you rasterize the layer. Okay. I put a bit over here so that you can remember. So once I do that, and once I'm on this layer, you see what happens? Now this has changed. How? I'll tell you how. So if I come into transform, and if I use warp option, and this is so interesting, you can actually do and work exactly the same way we were doing in Flash. Can you see that?
Yes.
So it's very, very interesting. Another thing which is interesting with the text tool is you right click on this and you can go into the blending options. Now this is very important that you should know, because there are certain things which are generic. I want to add a shadow to this. I can add drop shadow. I can increase the distance and the spread of the shadow. I could even change the color of the shadow to any who I want. I could even add bevel and emboss. You see, it's a beveled. Do you want inner? Do you want emboss? Do you want is below? Do you want is outer? I don't know, whatever you want. Okay. And if you want to change this to something like golden color, you click on color. You make it something like yellow. Okay. In fact, orange, but it's fine. Now what you do is you come into contour and you just select one of the contour. You can select any. It's just telling you in case. Now you see it's something like it has this. If I zoom in, you can see something like gold effect, right? If it was orange,
yes,
exact like gold. Okay, right. So okay. Last thing for today is the gradient. Now what's the gradient? Well, first of all, remember Windows layer. layers are very important for us to know. At the background, I have this car. Then I have some text. Let me just add from here, another layer, which is on top of the background, which has nothing right now. What I can do now is using the rectangular marquee tool, let me simply select is the top area. And using this gradient, let me just add a gradient to it. Okay, I don't like this gradient. Okay, no problem. I'll click on this and I have multiple options over here. Any gradient I want. In fact, what I could do is I could click on this black, change it to blue. So it comes from blue to transparent. Press OK. Now, let me click this way. Right? I can even click. So I get this. Right? I got a different effect at the very top. Yes or no?
Yes.
So I get rid of that mess that I had at the back. Okay. This is not professional. It's not looking, although all this, we are not discussing how to make something professional over here. Oh, I can even make this invisible or not. Right? So we can add gradients anywhere we want to. We can even add it at the bottom as well. This gradient that you have can be extended as well, but that won't look. Right? In fact, let's do something else. In fact, if I bring it till here, what I could do is using my elliptical tool, I could select the semicircle here, here, right click. Don't worry, you might be saying what's happening because he's discussing so much. You'll be able to do all this, I'm telling you. And I can press is delete. So you see, I've got rid of surrounding. Right, you get the point?
Yes. So
it's very interesting. It's an easy tool. You do it once, you've done it forever. It's not something complicated. Okay. Yes. So whatever we have discussed till today, that is all in your syllabus. It's not much. Yes, there is a theoretical part of graphics, which we will discuss afterwards. That's theory. I'm not discussing theory with you right now. There's theory portion, practical module, which we will be doing afterwards. Inshallah, I'll share it with you today. By all means, I'll do it today. You go through it, okay? And you let me know I'm done. Meanwhile, we planned our class on Thursday, okay? And you will update me on that, right, beta?
Okay, sir.
Inshallah, see you on Thursday, right, beta?
Okay.
Okay, beta. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.